Welcome to our debate. The topic to be discussed today is poverty. Poverty is a problem that exists all over the world, and without a doubt, we were all involved in this problem in some way. The team number one, that is in favor, is confirmed by Bernardo and Liz. Team number two is confirmed by Abraham and Rodrigo, and they are against. Now the debate starts. Team number one, you can start speaking and make your case for eradicating poverty by creating schools in poor communities like Francis, as we saw in the TED Talk.
Thank you, Andre. My name is Bernardo Rodarte, and I'm going to talk about in favor about this problematic. If we want to know about poverty, first we need to know what is poverty. Poverty is not having education, not having something to eat, not having health, or living in an environment which doesn't have the things you need in order to survive. Poverty is a problem that it's international because we can see that poverty is not only in the continent of America. We can see poverty in lots of different countries, in places that are like really unknown to the people. And as an example, some countries in Africa, like that are in the south part, there are lots of different countries which doesn't even have money to eat or money to drink water or even money to buy a toilet for doing their necessities. I think poverty is one of the most relevant problems on these days because the ONU made a graphic and also a table with the 30 problems that we need to eradicate in this 2020 and until 2030. And poverty is one of the first problems we need to eradicate because poverty is like if you look at a tree, the poverty are the roots of some other problems because we can see that the people who are stealing or the people who are doing things with violence is people that doesn't have the resources or the education to get a formal job or to get the things they need in order to survive. I think that the first thing we need to eradicate is poverty, and as the way that Dario Francis Quere, which was a guy we know from a TED Talk, start doing. That's all, and I give the word to my partner, Johanna Lisset Gonzalez.
My name is Joanna, and as Bernie said, this technique could help to many people because they don't have like entire access to the education. So if we make those schools for them, they can have a big change in their life. They can improve their they can have a very education, and also they can have a better job if they continue studying. But if with this pandemic, they don't have like enough access to education because they don't have money to eat sometimes, and also they don't have electricity or internet, so they are trying to learn by themselves. Like the teachers send them exercise, and they give them like links for videos and all those things, but they are not having that like opportunity because they don't have electricity or Wi-Fi. So if we help them to have a better education, they can like return when they have good job and help their community to improve their quality life, because I think it's important to help others, and with this technique we can do it. Like we can do more hospitals and schools. Also, we can help them with the basic necessities, their electricity, and maybe we can help them to have some food because they don't have like the possibility. And that's all.
Team number 1, your time is over. Now is time for team number 2 to give his speech.
Well, my name is Abraham Borboa, and my partner and Rodrigo Cancino are going to talk about how to eradicate poverty in other ways. Well, we think that, in our opinion, we must eradicate the poverty by the ways that other countries interview in these problems of a town or like a country that have this problem. The most popular country that has this problem is Africa. For example, Francis gave a conference about his town that was Burkina Faso, and he says that his town was having a lot of problems of poverty because they didn't have education, or sometimes they wasn't able to eat, and sometimes they were like thirsty because there wasn't enough water in near areas. They have to walk like kilometers to go and find water. And in these problems, other countries can be part of this to eradicate, because if, like many countries, like for example, USA or like Germany, or countries that have a very good quality of life and have a good economy, they can help them, like building like places where they can be water and stuff like that, and also that they can give them food to doesn't have to look too much, and to improve their quality of life, because there Francis says that there was not a good quality of life, and in this way they can improve their quality of life, and there would be like a more economic in their system in their country. And this can happen in many other countries that have the same problems. This is like an example of Africa, and there's towns. So I'm giving the word to my partner, Rodrigo Cancino.
Well, what Francis did was to build infrastructure for the schools in his community. But I think there are other things that could help more in the subject of education, that is to improve the quality with good teachers, great programs of education. It may sound very difficult since Africa is a country with few resources and they don't have many opportunities that other countries. This also makes them to have to go to another country to improve their lives, and these these things not only pass in Africa, also here in America. We see that in Central America go to United States for new opportunities. There are many ways we can end poverty, but we just need to join us like a word to make a really good change.
Team 2, you have 1 minute left. Do you want to keep speaking, or we can go to section number 2?
To next section.
Okay. Section number 2, each team needs to give counter arguments, and each team has 4 minutes. So please, team number 1, you can start speaking.
Oigan, ¿podemos pasar tantito esto? Well, Abraham says that the other countries can help to the poverty countries, but I think this is not like a good idea because the country is not like having those problems. So every country is responsible for their people. So if United States want to help some poor like country in Africa, they like have the like a favor with the country. So it's not a good idea because I think the country needs to like uh, have more jobs, but not like against the other country.
Well, I think that this TED Talk was really important for our team because we start understanding that giving money is not a way where in which people can like grow up with their economies. Because as an example, if you send food or if you send things for education, as an example, some pencils or some erasers or things like that, the people who live there that could sell those pencils, they now on these days they won't have a job because you already like give those pencils as a gift. So if we want to the economy to grow, the best way, as the Dirio Francis Quere said, is to not give them the financial gifts, if not give them their education gifts. As an example, giving some books or giving some like activities in which people could know how to build like a school, how to build a hospital. Because if we start giving the knowledge to these people will start making new jobs. And with those new jobs, we can create a lot of more money and having some tourism and other things that could help a lot the country where they are living. And for last but not for last, I want to make some like really relevant things about having scholarships so the people could study in other countries, as an example, Germany and the United States, the ones that were mentioned, because with those schools, the people will have a lot of more knowledge. Thank you. That's all.
Team number 2, is now your turn to create your counter arguments.
Well, talking about what Ronaldo says about scholarships in his speech, I think that it's a good idea, but I think that it's a better idea of taking like professors or teachers from other country to go to the place where they want to teach like things like in this case, example Burkina Faso, where Francis says. And I think that this is a very way because in with this they don't have to spend money like to traveling to other countries and like if they like have many of them have like problems to socialize or something like that. And with this, the teacher can get into there and can teach them things that they don't know, or they can help them in many things because many people of other countries knows things that maybe that country doesn't know. So In my opinion, I think that is a better way to get the teachers to the country instead of giving the scholarships to go to other countries to study for the people that are like in this problem of poverty. And this way of like taking teachers, maybe it can be like a little bit cheaper because there in that country there are not like many necessities, and the teacher can cope to mm, those ways of living. And if the student goes to like, for example, like Germany to study something, the home or like the food or all the services can be is more expensive than it is in their country. So I think that it's better idea to get the teachers to the country instead of giving scholarships.
Team number one, is your turn to give another counter argument.
I think that if we like give them the scholarship, they can like learn more in our country, and they can like have more experience because they will notice that the difference between the life they will have in the other country where is school, water, electricity, Wi-Fi, and all that stuff we have, and the way of living in their country. So I think it's a good idea to do this because they can like make more conscious of what they are doing and what they are working for. So I think it's a good idea. I don't know if Bernie wants to say something.
Well, as Lee said, I think that it is one of the best ideas we have here in this debate. I also want to let know that what Abraham said, I think is wrong. Because if you bring people from other countries, I think that the people who live in those countries aren't going to get some jobs, because now those people are getting the jobs that they were expected to the people. Yes, we need the best teachers because those teachers are going to get the new future of the people who are living there. But what about if those teachers could be from the country where they live? If they were from the country they live, they will have like new educational trainment. They were like making some homeworks or things that could help them to give better classes. And also I think that it was the opinion of Abraham that if they like go to other countries, the food and things like that could be really expensive. And yes, that's a reality, but with those scholarships we can pay their where they are going to live, what are they going to eat, and also we can get them some like kind of jobs where they can earn their own money to buy the things they want. Thank you, that's all.
Team number two, do you want to answer Bernardo's speak?
Well, also we can the jobs can be found in poor countries too. Another thing that other companies can put business or factories to provide jobs. So in the country of the students, they can live there, so they don't need to go to other country. They can realize many things to improve their community, their country, and all that. So it can be to do little things in on that part to make a great change. Ready, Andre?
Section 2 is over. Now we go to the third and last section, where each team gives their final summary in 2 minutes. Team number 1, please start.
We believe that our technique is the best way to end with the poverty because we are we're going to help an entire community improve their quality of life and make possible for the people to leave their country and like go to other country to learn something and then go back to their country and the other people that live there to make them like more more intelligent and they can like continue doing things for their community. So we think it's the best way to end poverty. That's all.
Team number 2, is now your turn to give the final summary.
Well, like in conclusion, we think that you can like a country can end with his poverty, staying in their place because it's not like necessary to go to other places like to improve their level of education and their quality of life. They can also depend on in other countries because we are like persons. We can be like different countries, but we are like a society that we have to help each other when someone needs it, and even if they have like difficult times, we have to help them with everything we can. In this way, we can grow like a people, and we can grow like a big society. That is not like we are close. That you are like independent of your problems, and you have to solve it by your own. Like we have to help them, everyone, so we can like improve our education, like globally or in all the world. And I think that also it will be very good to like other countries like put like companies or like a business in other countries. So it not only help the country where the business is from, uh, even if helps the people that are the business is put because it be like employment to the people that live there, and it help like it's like a mutual help. And I think that this is the right way to eradicate this poverty problem.
This is the end of our amazing debate. Thank you to our participants for their arguments and opinions. Now, the audience has the last word, and will decide who gave the best arguments and who won the debate. Please, Isadora, tell us who won this amazing debate and why.
My name is Isadora Jordan, and I think that the winner is the team 1 that is in favor because the poverty is more affected with the pandemic, and it is a problem that affects a lot of things like the education because they do not have the resources. So it is important to improve their education, doing more schools, helping them to have electricity. It affects their health too. So it is important to do hospitals and helping them with that. I am in favor that every country has their own problems and every country has to improve their difficulties. And just giving money doesn't solve the problem, and it is better to give scholarships to them, and they will have the basic knowledge and then have a good job. And it is very better employing the people from the same countries, and if they bring people from other countries, the people from the same country will not have the same opportunities. And that's all my opinion.
Thank you for your opinion, Isadora. This is now the end of the debate. Congratulations to team number 1, who is Bernardo Rodarte and Liz Gonzalez. Thank you very much for watching this debate.